Alright guys, on today's Short Side Wristers, it is part 3 of my conversation with JoshFearless and Keso. Today we discuss incidental contact, play styles, and what is more effective, passive or aggressive, and when to switch, as well as their picks for the next Washington qualifier. Let's jump right into it. Alright guys, do you think that there is an EU and North American rivalry? If so, why, and what do you think differentiates them from each other? As far as playstyle.
Kezo?
Yeah, so is there a rivalry? I mean, a lot of it's based off of one tournament, the GWC.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, some of that comes from like the trash talk from like Gren maybe, or
Yeah.
I don't really know, but it's just one tournament, so you can't really make a judgment off of that. A lot of the people that make this rivalry are the people that aren't even finishing at the top of these tournaments. I went back and watched the stream for the play-by-play that you did. And all these people cheering on, like saying, like, "Oh, please, the best player." All these people are the best player. These guys don't even, make tournaments. So, like, I think the top players should not pay attention to the noise that comes from that, because the people at the top, I don't think there's that much of a rivalry. But that's just my opinion.
Do you think it's good for the sport, the NHL esports?
Oh, 100%, because I think that was the exciting part of this weekend was the
Mhm.
fact that,
I can confirm that.
that was the whole exciting part. I think it's a good thing. I think we should have fun with it.
Absolutely.
I don't really think there's a true rivalry, but, just have fun with it.
Fair enough.
And the second part of your question, the play style. So I have a hard time having respect for most of the Finnish players.
Okay.
Because they don't even play the game. Like, I might as well go play be a GM mode.
Mm-hmm.
They control one player the whole time, and they sit in front of the net. And that's why I was able to beat a lot of them, because they just let me have the puck and do like a wraparound glitch or something. I have respect for Plea, and I think it was Duomi that they play like a North American style.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watch Hanselino, that guy maybe touched his right trigger 3 times the whole game when he wasn't passing. It was sickening. How do you even consider yourself a great player whenever you don't play the game?
Do you think that it's effective though? Like the way, because they're obviously performing well. Yeah.
Yeah, I started using it. It's effective. I can't blame them. I can't even blame them. Like, you know what? The other side of the argument, why would I try to play defense when the game can do it for me? And you know what? I'm going to continue doing that. Hopefully I, qualify for the GWC this year playing like them.
Do you think that I think that in one and dones it definitely is a much better way to go.
Yeah. So Junior Pens last year played that style really well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know this is relating to another player, but in one and dones, it's nice to have a conservative, limit your mistakes, and that's something that they do. Whenever you're playing manual defense, you have a higher chance of making a mistake, letting somebody get like a 2-on-1 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it makes sense for one and dones. I can't blame them. I was talking trash, but like it makes sense, man.
I'm excited to see it on LAN, because I think that'll either be an onslaught or you're gonna get a lot of close games. Like I think the Finns are very offensively creative, but I agree that because they play passive in the defensive zone, there's a lot of time on possession that is literally just being given.
So I'll tell you why I think it's going to be beneficial to play like the NA kind of style. Because if you ask who the best Finnish player is beside him, who does he know?
Plea,
exactly, right? And Plea plays at North American. So like, I think in a LAN tournament, they're going to have a lot of trouble against like players like me and Regs, because we play that manual, we play that fast pace, we play the control kind of style. They're going to be stuck in the zone the whole time worrying about one-timers, and they might not be able to deal with it. That's why.
Honestly, yeah, fair enough, man. I think that you're exactly right. I think that Plea played so much differently than all the other Finns when I was watching. And I think Eki, no matter what, I think he might be the best at adjusting his strats to what he's facing, which is why I think that he might still is the best. But I think that the other Finns that will qualify, like Nipsey and other guys like that play the kind of conservative style, that definitely either need to practice playing against aggressive time or puck possession players for the LAN specifically. Because yeah, I agree that there's definitely a mix-up. Like, do you feel yourself getting frustrated when it's not working, though? Like, with puck possession, it's great, but I think that you might be different. This might be for Keso, because when you have behind the net, and I think that kind of negates all guys that sit in front of their net because you can just walk right in and do that. Or if they pull their defenseman down, there's someone wide open in the slot. But Keso, when you're facing a puck like collapsing team, what do you start doing? What do you change? What do you adjust?
One thing I've been working on recently is trying to get behind the net more, because I always think, like, whenever you're evaluating your play, you have to think what gives you the most trouble
I
defensively.
hate when someone's behind the net, man. It's my biggest.
Dude,
yeah.
It sucks, man. It sucks. So there's a couple things I'm working on that I'm trying to save for a couple land tournaments maybe, but there's a couple like glitches and stuff behind the net or stuff that I find effective that I think is going to help me in utilizing for whenever I run into that issue. So yeah, like I think I just have to switch to that behind the net style whenever I run into that more.
What I've noticed with Reg specifically is that I think he might be the best at holding you up against the boards. And I think because you use behind the net so much or so well, I think that's why you might struggle with him. I don't know if it's something you notice, but whenever I watch Regs, he board plays so well. He doesn't chase and get to the point where you just miss him, because I think that leads to a lot of goals against when you go for the board play and you don't get it. But I found that either he meets you perfectly, or when he does it is so well. And when he played Eki and Ekin and everyone else in the qualifiers that I've seen him play, the thing I've noticed the most is behind the net, or holding up against the boards. I'm just wondering if maybe that's why you struggle with him recently, is just because your style is very behind the net, and the only way to really stop that without jeopardizing in front stuff is being held up against the boards.
Right. So that is, I've noticed that. So basically, me and Regs have played every tournament. We get into the back and we play like 9 games that day, because we just keep back and forth. So when I go behind the net, you're right. He ties me up and it clogs the play. So then what I'm trying to resort to is the one-timers from the point, because if he's down low, he leaves the up top a little higher, right? Like, no, it's open. So I'm trying to like incorporate one-timers and stuff, but like then I'm just getting down to that play style where I'm giving up the puck and giving him possession more of the say. Like, I'm getting off shots that are like, of course you need shots to win, but I'm giving off shots that are giving him more possession, and then I'm getting stuck and pinned into my own.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that, because I found that when North American guys play NA guys, or sorry, play European guys, so many were avoiding the point. And what you touched on is a prime example, is that you actually look at it as a negative, and you're trying, because you think that you think that puck possession is the 100% most important. You don't care about the shot, you care about the quality of it, right? Is that what
specific? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna not get off a lot of shots, correct? But if I have the puck, he's not in my zone.
Fair enough.
So there's no chance of him getting a shot if I have the puck, right?
No, for sure.
So at the end of the day, that's why me and Ray switch back to like, I win, he wins, I win, he wins, and so on. Because we're both. If you watch him, he'll do the same thing. He'll just control the puck and hold on to it. And if I pin him, he won't really take point shots. He just holds onto the puck. And we both play that similar style because we both believe that having the puck is the most important.
I found that he's insane at somehow finding an open one-timer in the slot, even if you're playing protect net and collapsing. It's mind-boggling, dude, how he gets those one-timers off. He did it against the game that he lost to Ekin, or the game that he played Eki. He was up, he was winning that game, and it looked like he was forcing it, but he was just holding the puck, waiting for this like half-inch seam that he would hit. And it's just, I think that's why he's the best right now, because a lot of the players, good players, will not bail out for attacking the puck, but play to watch the pass or the one-timer, and there's just literally no defending it, because that's what he excels at the most.
Right. That's why, sorry, just to add one more thing.
Yeah.
And that's why players that play CPD have like a lot of trouble against them, because I play a lot of base game, and I find you need to put pressure on him.
Yep.
You need to put pressure on the guy, or he's gonna spin around your computers and find that half-inch and put the game. So you need to pressure him, pin him against the boards, just hope for really anything. Pin him a puck, get the puck, and play your own game. You can't let them have the puck. You're gonna lose.
For sure.
But anyway,
All right, guys.
that's that.
Who has been the biggest surprise in any of the qualifiers so far? Who have you looked at and been like, wow, he placed high or he qualified? Doesn't necessarily have to be a European, someone that you know.
Someone that I know, I'm really like, we keep talking about him this year, right? So Junior Penn's last year, I was like, the hell is this guy doing, man? He plays the worst style in the world.
Yep.
It's embarrassing. How does he keep getting this lucky? I mean, even you could say, you know, the luck continues or whatever, but he's been placing high. As much as I hate his play style, he's always, you know, near the top of the rankings, like at the end of the
I know.
So you have to, like, at what point does it stop being luck and it's, you know,
credit, yeah,
good at the game, right? So I have to say him.
Okay. Josh, do you have anyone different or is it him? Who do you think is the biggest surprise so far in any of the qualifiers as far as winning it or?
Yeah, I'm surprised Cheese is making it this far because he's shit. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, wait, did that cut out?
No, imagine, Brian, you know I think you're good. I'm just joking, man. Okay, big. I said that. No, honestly, though, I would have to be Junior Pens again.
Okay.
So I was gonna say he's overrated, but as I said, he's not, man. At one point, you got to give him credit.
Yep.
You got to give him credit.
Sure. All right, guys. What do you think? What do you think would change the game tuner-wise to make it close to perfect?
Ooh, I love that question. I guess I'll go first for this one. I think they've done a great job with the new tuner that just released.
Interesting. Okay.
We'll give January 29th, I guess.
Yep.
But there's one problem, and it's the incidental contact. So I can literally get my player, not even hit you, not even poking you, but just run at you, and you'll lose the puck.
Okay.
Like, it's insane. Like, so that creates a lot of, like, problems for, like, bounces. So, like, I'm going, and there's a bunch of players. My computers are going for the puck. I'm going for the puck. He's going and no one can pick up this puck because of the incidental contact.
Okay.
And then eventually it just bounces away into breakaways or gives people puck possession with odd man rushes, and it destroys the game, and it makes it just a puck bounce luck fest.
All right, Keso, what's your what would you change?
Yeah, I agree completely. It's the incidental contact right now.
Okay.
Because you don't even have to make a button input, right? You can just skate into somebody and they'll lose the puck. It also creates so much variance in the game.
Okay.
With you saw like my goal against Plea, I think it was my first goal. Like I just skated.
Yeah, that was it was definitely
the puck bounced. Like, while I did deserve a goal at that point, the puck just bounced everywhere and it shot into the net. Like that should never happen in a game. Fair enough. Like I like to think of things like you mentioned Smash Brothers earlier, right?
Yeah.
So that game, for every like attack or something, there's like a defensive option. There's like a competitive atmosphere, the competitive aspect of that game.
Yeah.
To where there's a counter to everything in the game.
No RNG, very little.
Exactly. So in NHL, for every offensive ability or something that a player can do, there should be a defensive skill aspect that counters that.
Interesting.
And right now, though, like playing defense, you just like all you have to do is be in position, right? All you have to, and anybody with two hands can do that, man. Like it doesn't take any skill to bump somebody. So the incidental contact, that has to be fixed.
Sorry, Cheese, to cut you off, but I did want to mention they did fix that in one of the tuners. So that's what I was surprised about. I think it was 1.3.
They removed it. They removed it. I found that it created this where puck possession players were too dominant to the point where you almost couldn't get the puck back. Like I think that is where they're.
But in order to fix that though, they have to keep the PS4 bumps or hitting, whatever you want to call it, at the beta level.
Okay.
Because that would counter that crazy puck control.
Yeah, because it was damn near impossible. Yeah.
Right, because they took out both.
Yeah. It was the most annoying thing to play against.
Yep.
Yeah, you'd have to get a poke, but that's the difference, right? So in the bumps, and they took out the incidental contact.
Okay.
Whereas now, I think they should keep the bumps but take out the incidental contact.
Okay.
That way, people that are highly puck possession players can still get bumped off the puck, which is, I guess, the cure or the counter to people playing puck possession.
For sure.
But I mean, I guess we'll see, right? Time will tell.
No, absolutely. This tuner's been generally well received so far. It's only been a day, but it seems like it's a little bit better than what it was as far as the general consensus on it. But no, I do agree that there needs to be a balance of it because yeah, like when you mentioned that bumps were removed, it was like just like I said, damn near impossible to get the puck back at all.
I agree.
And
Yep.
it was definitely it created a artificial skill gap, I think, because it pertained to only certain play styles. So. But
That's fair. That's fair.
what was your favorite NHL, guys? What year?
So my favorite NHL, and I think it's the best one ever, is NHL '09.
Okay.
So it was the first year they
That's
had
what I said.
EASHL. Oh, that's what you said. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was the first year they had EASHL. So that was a brand new thing, right?
Yeah.
And that was exciting. The gameplay was very arcadey, but it was almost like perfectly competitively balanced to where there was a counter to everything. So that year, cross creases are always the go-to move, right? In
Okay.
sixes or in verses. But if you hit the guy in front of the net, if you're playing club or if you're playing versus, then they can't receive the pass. But that was such a huge skill move that not everybody could do it.
Okay.
So somebody like Odie, or I played defense that year with Odie, right?
Okay.
So we were the best sixes team because we were always able to hit the guy in front of the net. So there was such a huge skill gap that year, and that's why that's my favorite game.
You said the same game as well, NHL 09, or you said 09?
Yeah,
Yes.
I would say '09 too. Not because of the gameplay. Just speaking there with my friends. My friends kind of quit NHL after that year, but ESHL came out for the first time, and it would just be nice coming home to play with my high school buddies or my elementary school friends, soccer friends. And I don't know. I think I kind of lost like now that all a bunch of tournaments are out in the competitive scenes in play.
Yeah,
I've lost kind of the fun aspect of NHL that I nine.
for sure.
But that being said, I love playing competitively. Yeah, give up playing competitively for a lot of things. So
I feel you. All right, guys. Last question. What are your picks for the last two Washington spots?
I don't even know who's trying to qualify.
Give me one who you think. Like, say they do play.
So if Padre plays the Capitals this weekend, I think he can qualify. I already know Please trying for the Tampa one.
Yeah.
So I think if I had to pick an NA player, it'd be Padre and Pens or OFS. So those are my three favorites of the people that are left in North America.
Okay.
And then it could also be like an EU player, right? Because there's so many of them. So it could be,
Yep.
I think Duomi, if he goes for the Washington one, I really like him to win from the EU side.
Okay. Josh?
yeah, I was gonna go for there's two people qualifying. I was gonna say forget about the NA,
Yeah.
but I was gonna go Domi, ex-Domi,
Yeah.
probably, but I really think he's a great player. He's
Okay.
a good guy too. So I'm rooting for him, and I want if he goes for it, but if not, HK. I think
Okay.
HK's been playing really well. So him and Domi, I'll go with.
Perfect, guys. Well, that was extremely long, but I legit loved all of it. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to do this with me.
Thanks for having us.
No worries, guys. So, yeah, guys. So that was Keso and JoshFearless, the two qualifiers for the recent Washington Capitals qualifier. You're gonna catch them at the LAN.